at 5 this morning, we are tracking some slick road conditions for commute. This is a live look at I-90 at Kenilworth near downtown Cleveland. Here things look pretty good, right? Traffic is moving along nicely, but let me tell you, those side streets, something to deal with this morning.
Good morning, and thank you for starting your Monday with us here on Good Morning Cleveland. I'm John Kosick, in for Mike this morning.
I'm Tiffany Tarpley. Of course, meteorologist Trent McGill is here. And Trent, it is still snowing in spots.
Yeah, a lot of spots. It's kind of like, just kind of thinking about it this morning, it's kind of like the trifecta. We had the snow Saturday morning, changed over to rain. We're dealing with flooding in a lot of spots. Transitioned back to ice and snow on Sunday, so you can't pre-treat. So when you're shoveling around yesterday, shoveling your driveways, there's a layer of ice underneath it, so it's slippery. Well, now we're dropping even more so. You ready for the third thing? It's the blowing and drifting snow because of the wind and the brutal cold. So it was a wet, kind of a slushy snow yesterday, sticking to everything. Now it's not a wet and slushy snow. Temperatures near 20 degrees. This brutally cold air that's settling on in here is actually drying things out, like drying the snow essentially. So it's very puffy and it's blowable, and it's blowing right back on the streets that were cleared off. Plus, I've got some more snow. This is some heavier snow trying to roll through Lake and Geauga County up into Ashtabula counties. Lighter snow inland, minor accumulations, but heavier stuff once you get up into that primary snow belt. And that's really the story for this morning. Winds are gusting 30 to 33, 35 miles per hour in spots. It's windy. And it's getting colder, so things are changing. A whole field, everything is changing. How the snow reacts, how the crews on the streets are going to have to fight this weather. It's all changing as we go. Temps right now near 20 degrees. Wind chills for us. If we're out and about this morning trying to clear anything off, we've got single-digit wind chills. It is cold, and that wind is blowing right through you. Unfortunately, look at that. Temps keep dropping. They just drop into the teens, and we hold that all day. We'll drop into the single digits tonight. We get back into the teens tomorrow. Single digits tomorrow night. Teens the day after. I mean, it's just brutal cold settling in here. So, yes, lake effect snow, but we've also got impacts from the cold. Now, as far as this morning goes, Mike Holden is out this morning on the east side. You got snow piles behind you. You've got ice around. You've got wind blowing around. What do you got for us, man?
Trent, good morning to you. I'm glad you sent us out here because this is really the epicenter of problems. We're live this morning in Menor along Center Street. And as you mentioned, it's that blowing, drifting snow that is just whipping back and forth. Having any exposed skin is going to be a problem this morning. You can see a little after 5 o'clock this morning. We're right next to a Wendy's and a Jet's Pizza. The lights are really illuminating the snow that has been coming towards us and blowing right here into the middle of Center Street. Now, we're trying to time this up to show that traffic's passing through here. A lot of folks taking it slow. You could see there is one, looks like a private plow as well as a salt distributor right there traveling along the road. But folks are clearly reducing their speed limit because of this situation. Traveling along the highways this morning, not great as well. But it's these piles of snow, and what Trent mentioned off the top of the show was such a great indicator of what folks have been dealing with. Over the weekend, I mean, I can count for myself cleaning my car off at least 3 different times on Sunday. That snow felt so heavy. So these companies have been pushing it into these huge piles, well over 5 feet in some instances right here in this business parking lot, right at the Canes. But in addition to that, it is so slick, so slippery underneath these layers of snow. I'd say we have like maybe an inch here in this parking lot, and I'll try to kick it with my foot. Great perspective from photojournalist Dave Kraska as well. Underneath all of that snow, you have this thick layer of ice right here. So if you are walking out the door for maybe some of the kids have to go to school this morning, I know it's a holiday with President's Day, or maybe folks who are working as well, be extra cautious of the parking lots, the sidewalks, maybe even your front steps as well. And I also want to show, while we have about 30 seconds left, the video of our travel this morning along Route 2, because you could see it was just blowing and drifting at certain points, really kind of a white knuckle drive, with some folks even driving with their hazards on because of these very challenging conditions this morning. Factor in the temperature dropping, it is going to be a rough go for sure. So we are going to track each and every development. Guys, we will keep a close eye on this situation in Menor. It does appear the winds have kind of stopped for now, but it's a stop and start sort of situation this morning. So I will watch everything, and as soon as I have any updates for you, I'll break back in. Back to you.
Good day for a lot of kids to be off from school today.
You're right about that.